This 13th floor video session is powered by The Rock Shop.
I've been going since the daybreak. I've been going since the daybreak.
Beautiful. Okay. Hi, welcome to the 13th floor. I'm Marty Duda, and we welcome back Tattletale Saints. And with this, your duo, we're going to talk to you each one at a time, starting with Cy Winstanley.
But one of the Saints.
Yes.
I don't know which one I am, but I'm one of them.
I never thought about that.
I always think I'm the more responsible one, the more saintly of the two. But
what would Vanessa say about that?
I don't know. It's changing.
We'll find out. Anyway, it's good to have you back. It's been a while since you guys have been here. For those who aren't aware, you guys are Kiwis who are based in Nashville.
Yes.
And yeah, so you're on a tour. How many dates are you doing this time around?
20, is that right, Vanessa?
Something like that.
Something in the range of 20.
You guys really dig in deep, don't you? You just don't go to 4 cities and call it a
No,
day.
well, it's because this is kind of, I mean, it's a tour, but we also want to do a really good run and see some more of the country. So,
right.
And it just makes sense if we've come all this way to really hit it. So.
Yes. Yeah. So I need to find out a little more about how things are going in Nashville for you.
Yes, indeed.
Since the last time you came, you've released a new album, How Red Is the Blood, is that correct?
Well, that was the one that we released before the last tour.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
So we'll cross that out because I thought it sounded familiar. What's the name of the new one?
The new one is self-titled, so it's just
That's the
Tattletale
problem.
Saints. Yeah. It's understandable.
Self-titled albums are messing me up. Very good, okay. And you've been playing around Nashville doing
Yeah, we've been playing
songs from that?
around Nashville. We've done some touring in the States. So we've been in the States for 3 years. And the first year we toured pretty much the whole year in Tattletale Saints, and we played all around everywhere. Really, we did a big West Coast run. We played all through the Midwest, everywhere really.
Yeah.
And then the last year has been a little lighter on the touring side of things for Tattletale Saints, but we have done a few little spots, and we've just done lots of Nashville shows.
Right. And you were telling me that you guys, both of you, perform with other performers as well.
Yes.
Which seems to be the Nashville thing to do, right?
Yeah, well, it's something that we've both enjoyed being instrumentalists for most of our lives, and we love playing in Tattletale Saints, but it's also really nice to kind of take a step back and just play a guitar or bass for someone else. So that's kind of been the focus, well, the part focus for the last year has been trying to push the sideman thing, and it's been really cool.
And does any of that kind of bleed back through into the Tattletale Saints thing? Do you kind of
A little bit, yeah. I guess. Well, depending who you're playing with, it colors your playing when you play with the same artist of a certain genre, night after night after night after night. That kind of that genre and that way of playing bleeds into your playing, so it in turn bleeds into Tattletale Saints.
And so, who have you been playing with?
I've been playing with a girl named Aubrey Sellers. Because I say
American
Aubrey
accent.
Sellers in America, and
They
people are
don't
like,
know what you're saying. Yeah.
overzealous, and then old resellers. So it's always screwed up. But I play with her, and that's really cool. That's been the last 8 months. I've been pretty intensely on the road with her.
Right.
And Vanessa plays with a number of people.
Well, I'll ask her about it when she comes
Yes,
around.
indeed.
Yes. So the first song we're going to hear is Sonoma County Wine,
Yes.
which is off of the self-titled album.
It is indeed, yes.
Is this one you wrote?
It is one I wrote. Yep, all the tracks on the album are songs that I wrote. And this is a song, when we first arrived in the States, we did this large West Coast tour, and we took a drive from right on the West Coast, I can't remember where. Actually, it might have been Seattle, but somewhere near the coast, inland to Nevada City for a little festival. And along the way, Vanessa asked that I write a duet, so I wrote the song, not in that one journey, but started in that journey about falling in love with the woman behind the front desk at the motel we're staying at. We're staying at this really cute little kind of, just a really banged up old motel with a leaf overgrown pool in the backyard, and it was cool. So I started writing this song, and it's a duet.
Cool. And Sonoma's in California, right?
Sonoma is in California. Yeah.
All right. Just
Yeah,
wanna make sure
very
of that.
famous wine region.
Right.
And the line is a bag of weed, a fifth of whiskey, and a bottle of Sonoma County wine. That's kind of the chorus hook. All of which are wonderful things that we enjoyed on that journey.
Fantastic. All right. Well, let's give it a listen, and we'll be back with Vanessa, and then back talking to you for the end.
Cool.
I've been going since the daybreak over the Sierras and the Salt Lakes. I had a little trouble with the engine round about the Arizona line. I found a little motel as the sun was going down. I wasn't looking my best, I needed some rest, so I never expected what I found.
He was dirty as a dish rag, dressed up like a yard sale. He wandered into my office like an old dog sniffing for some food, but he spoke in a soft voice, said, "Can I get a room, miss?" Put his hands on the counter, smiled and looked me in the eye.
So I called up the front desk, asked her how she was doing. Said, "Are you getting off soon? You wanna come out tonight?" She was a little hesitative, but I could tell she was thinking. So I said, "I got a bag of weed, a fifth of whiskey, and a bottle of Sonoma County wine."
Well, it hadn't been the best week, tired of the tourists and tumbleweed. I was staring up at the clock when I heard the phone ring.
Guess I'm typically a shy man, I didn't get my hopes up high, but she said, meet me by the pool in a half an hour.
He had his feet in the water and his eyes on the night. He kissed me on the cheek and handed me a paper cup of wine.
We talked into the morning, made love until the dawn. She said, "I don't know where you're going, but I wish I was coming along." It's when I called up the front desk, asked her how she was doing. Said, "Are you getting off soon? You wanna come out tonight?" She was a little hesitative, but I could tell she was thinking. So I said, "I got a bag of weed, a fifth of whiskey, and a bottle of Sonoma County wine." It was late in the morning, I turned and she was gone. I gathered my possessions and thought about picking up the phone. And when I got to my car, she was leaning on the hood. She said, "I don't know how you feel about traveling alone, but I think a little company is good." It's when I called up the front desk, asked me how I was doing. Said, "Are you getting off soon? You wanna come out tonight?" I was a little hesitative, but I liked the way he was thinking. When he said, "I got a bag of weed, a fifth of whiskey, and a bottle of Sonoma County wine." A bag of weed, a fifth of whiskey, and a bottle of Sonoma County wine.
All right, we're back with Tattletale Saints, and we have Vanessa now, magically appearing in the chair. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Now, I have to address the fact that I know that from seeing your Facebook things that you've decided to abandon social media by coming back to New Zealand.
Well, I felt like to be actively present
Yes.
in my experience of being home, it would be better to not be on social media. Because I absolutely am addicted to it. And touring, there's just so much downtime touring that you're in the car every day that just cycling between Instagram and Facebook isn't a healthy thing to do. Because I'll close Instagram and open Facebook and then mindlessly open Instagram again. And it's like, what am I doing? This is a waste of my life. So I felt like I had limited time in New Zealand to start with, to do everything I wanted to do and see everyone I wanted to see. So I thought, if I just get rid of those things, maybe I'll be more present.
How has it been going so far?
It's day one. And I tried to open Instagram before and it wasn't there.
Man. So we should check back with you about 2 weeks from now and see.
Sai's got he changed the passwords. So I was like, give it back to me on the last day of the tour. And I know in like a week I'm going to be like, give it back to me.
Oh dear. Well, now you can look out the window when you're driving around instead of staring down at the phone. That's good. Excellent. So you've been having fun in Nashville?
Yes.
And who have you been playing with in addition to Psy?
Well, I've been playing with lots of different bands. So my last year was made up of a few different blocks of touring. I did some touring with a few like shorter ones, but the main ones I did were with a bluegrass band called the Danburys, who are really good friends of mine. That was over the summertime. I did some touring with them, and I went out and did a run with a guy from LA called Sam Outlaw, who's a country guy, and then towards
With a name like that, he kind of has to be.
I know, and it's for real. It's his name. It's amazing.
I love it.
And then at the end of the year, I did some touring with this comedy guy, this country comedy guy called Wheeler Walker Jr., who you should probably check out.
All
He's
right.
very offensive. His I don't know what words I can say. Maybe I shouldn't
can say whatever you want.
So the album is called Eating Pussy Kickin' Ass.
Right.
So that gives you an idea of what it is.
It's better than the other way around.
But he was, so I was playing electric bass for him and singing a lot of the backing vocals, which sometimes at the gigs, we're playing in the South, a lot of it, and sometimes I'd have like 5 guys just in a semicircle in front of me with their mouths gaping open that I was saying these words, because especially in the South where women don't cuss that much. So it was kind of fun, but the band was really awesome. The guys in the band were super good. It's like a legit country band musically, and then with just these ridiculous lyrics. So the band was awesome, and actually the guy that plays steel in that band is the guy that produced our record. So he's a really good friend, and it was fun. I mean, I don't know that I want to be playing like satirical comedy country for the rest of my life, but it's fun. And the guy, his name's Ben Hoffman, and he's a writer and comedian. He had a show on Comedy Central, so he's a really good.
So is he doing songs, or is it?
It's a character, yeah. So he developed this character and has actually written a second album. Dave Cobb produced the record, so it's he did like Sturgill and Chris Stapleton. So it sounds awesome.
Yeah,
like it's legit. If you take the lyrics away, it's just this amazing country record, and then the lyrics are hilarious. Like one of the songs that we opened with is "Sit on My Face."
Right.
I'm not even going to go into the details, but it was a funny experience.
We used to have a guy back in Rochester in the 70s. His name was John Valby. And he billed himself as Dr. Dirty, and he did the same kind of thing. He was a musician that sang dirty songs. And
people love it.
1975, not a lot of people were getting away with that. So I guess there's still a market for it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, now you guys are going to do another song, which has got a great title. Little Richard is alive and well and in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, Little Richard is alive and well.
So you have to tell, there must be a story behind that.
Well, there is. And so Cy wrote this song as well, because he wrote all the songs. But this song was inspired by, he was told that Little Richard lived in Nashville by someone, and he didn't believe them because they weren't a very reliable source of information.
Right.
But so he wrote the song based on this idea that he thought was actually false. Wrote the song, made up a lot of it, and then subsequently found out that he does in fact live there and does live in the penthouse suite at this hotel downtown. And a lot of the facts that he made up actually kind of were true, which is pretty crazy. And it's a cool story. Like it's a nice little fable about Little Richard, of which actually is.
I think there should be more songs about Little Richard, actually.
Exactly.
Maybe a few more about Chuck Berry and Fats Domino as well.
We should get Cy onto it.
Yeah, definitely. There's a whole bunch of them that you can go through. You haven't run into Little Richard though in Nashville?
No. I think
Someone I knew saw him.
Yeah, someone saw him drive. So in the song, he talks about the car that he drives, this old Cadillac. And someone said that they were driving on the freeway, and they looked over, and it was him driving this Cadillac. Eating a burrito.
Of course.
I mean, that's the perfect story, right? Just out of Nashville.
All right. Very good. Well, thanks for telling that story. We'll hear the song now. Little Richard is alive and well and in Nashville, Tennessee.
Little Richard, he lives on a downtown street in a flash hotel in the penthouse suite. He rolls out in the morning when the tourists are gone. He sips coffee in a wheelchair with a sequin robe on. I got a friend who works a gift shop down the end of the hall. She says he smiles as he passes and stops in to talk about Pentecost, church song, and the sweet reverie. But most days he glides by, lost in a dream. Well, I hear he goes driving in a Cadillac coupe. The windows roll back, just taking in the view down the old roads and boulevards, the leaves turning gold. He feeds ducks at the lake in the afternoon glow. Back at the suite, there's a stew on the boil, the same as his mama made when he was just a boy. Beans and tomatoes, the smell of smoked meat that curls through the hotel and out to the street. And I play down on Broadway in a rock and roll band. We sing Wapabalula while the people all dance. And when the front door swings open and that sweet smell blows round, well, I swear we play better when Little Richard's in town. Yeah, the band just sounds good when Little Richard's in town. Little Richard, Little Richard, Little Richard's in town.
All right, welcome back to the 13th floor, and Tattletale Saints. Cy is back with us in the hot seat, as it
Yes.
were. Thank you for that tune about Little Richard, by the way. Was it fun to write?
It was very fun to write. Yeah, it was really interesting because as Vanessa said, I didn't think that it was a real story, and I wrote this whole song based on this untruth.
Right.
But it turned out to be true, and it was fun. Actually, I wrote it as I was driving. I had this weekly engagement that I drive down to the south of town every week, and it was through the fall, and the leaves were all changing. And as I was driving this drive every day, I'd go think of what he would be doing in this drive, and it was like perfect timing of the year to do it. And it was
What would
really
Little
fun.
Richard be doing? That's a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
question. Have you any other big stars that you've run into in Nashville? Or is the streets teeming with them?
Yeah, well, I haven't actually run into all that many. I've played at Willie Nelson's house.
Oh, cool.
I never actually met him. We had to run off as soon as we finished our gigs,
Right.
which sucked. But
Yeah.
we've done some big shows. We did this big run with Chris Stapleton a while ago, and that was like a ginormous shows.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it's pretty fun.
Excellent, excellent. All right, we got one more song we're going to hear.
Yes.
And it's called Big City Women.
Yes. This is kind of a funny song. Well, these are kind of all goofy songs, actually. We do have some very serious songs.
Yes.
But these are, I don't know why we chose these ones. They're all kind of goofy songs. But this is about, what's that movie, Midnight Cowboy, is it? About the
with
the
Dustin
guy.
Hoffman and
Yeah, who moves to the city. It's
Goes to New
kind
York.
of like, the imagery is based on that a little bit. It's about a southern dude, based on some characters around Nashville that dress up like cowboys, and they kind of think they're the shit as they're wandering
Right.
around. And it's about one of them that moves to the big city thinking he's the big deal, and it turns out that he's not the big deal. And he doesn't quite get the respect that he wants, and he leaves his precious woman behind in this little town in Tennessee. So it's like a kind of a goofy song, but it's a fun one to play.
Cool. And you're going to be playing it on this tour of New Zealand?
Yeah, and we're just playing acoustic now, but on this tour we're playing with drums. So the record that we did is with drums, and I play electric guitar mostly, and there's pedal steel on a few tracks. And
Nice.
we tried to keep it pretty true to what we do live. We didn't
Right.
want to have it super fleshed out with massive production and things. So it's kind of sparse.
Right.
I guess this song has got the most on the record, the most out of all the songs in terms of production. But yeah, it's.
Well, next time you come here, you'll have to come with a full band and
We
the whole
definitely
thing.
will, yeah.
We'll get in a pedal steel player and go whole hog, as they say.
Yeah,
in
that'd be
Nashville.
fun. This is a cool little place. It feels real, like a perfect band practice vibes.
Yeah, we've had some bands practicing here actually. So
Cool.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thank you for coming down.
You're
I'm
so
looking forward
welcome.
to seeing you guys. You're at the Tuning Fork here in
Yep,
Auckland, right?
Tuning Fork on the 20. No, not on the 11th.
11th. Thank you.
11th February. I'm used
I get the feeling Vanessa has every date memorized that you guys have ever done and will
Actually,
do.
I've been really good on this tour. I've been doing a lot of this kind of stuff. So she has been, she's taking a bit of a back seat, so that's good.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you again, and we'll listen to Big City Women.
You're very welcome.
Big city women, pretty as a paycheck, stubborn as the buckle on your shoe. They've seen every walk of life, riding on the subway, so they'll never be impressed by you. Big city women, cool and calculated, got you where they want you to be. I'm laying on that southern charm, but my howdy must be broken, 'cause these city gals just walk all over me. I had a good-hearted woman, name was Isabella, sweetest little thing in Tennessee. Soft hair, green eyes, the color of a melon, couldn't get enough of loving me. But I was fixed to the vision of them slick city gals with their parties and cocktails and cabs. I said, don't cry, Isabella, as she drove me to the station. You'll find yourself a simple country man. Oh, big city women, pretty as a paycheck, stubborn as the buckle on your shoe. They've seen every walk of life, riding on the subway, so they'll never be impressed by you. Big city women, cool and calculated, got you where they want you to be. I'm laying on that southern charm, but my howdy must be broken, 'cause these city gals just walk all over me. Well, doing alright, whining and dining, a different kind of woman every night. But pretty soon my credit card was scraping the bottom, and I knew I was being taken for a ride. So I called Isabella, heard the voice of my angel, said, baby, I'm coming back home. She just laughed in my face and said, don't bother, city boy, this town's a whole lot better with you gone. Oh, big city women, pretty as a paycheck, stubborn as the buckle on your shoe. They've seen every walk of life, riding on the subway, so they'll never be impressed by you. Big city women, cool and calculated, got you where they want you to be. I'm laying on that southern charm, but my howdy must be broken, 'cause these city gals just walk all over me. I'm laying on that southern charm, but my howdy must be broken, 'cause these city gals just walk all over me.